Hey friends, welcome. Have you ever found yourself in a place asking God to send you the perfect mate, to send you the business, the ministry, the social media numbers? And then we get to a place where it doesn't come at the time where we want it to come or we're expecting it to come. And so we start to chase after it. But friend, when you chase, this puts you in a place where, I gotta have it right now. I need it now. And if I don't get it now, I'm gonna lose it. And you're constantly going and going and going. And you're looking at others on social media and it's like, but God, they're getting it. And I know they're not talking to you. How come I'm not getting what I'm asking you for? Well, friend, this is a different situation here. Have you ever thought that maybe this is the time for you to be prepared for what it is that you're asking for? Because the very thing what you're asking for could break you. And we're not trying to be at a place where we're broken, we're totally separated from everybody. We got what we wanted, but it was something that we didn't want. So God loves us so much that he's not going to give us something that's going to separate us from his love. So instead of sabotaging the very thing in what you're asking for, God puts us in a place to prepare us for what it is that he wants to give us. Because, baby, let me tell you how whatever it is that you're asking for, God has greater. And so instead of desiring this marriage, this partner, this business, and whatever it is that you're desiring, when we have this walk with him and develop this relationship with him, he transforms you. He transforms your habits, he transforms your desires, and he transforms you to this place of excellency that, baby, whatever it is that you're trying to get, you're going to attract it. Okay, so being transformed, in this place of being transformed, instead of asking God for the thing, we're looking for the relationship and we're looking for transformation, preparation. And when God, in the beginning, when God had completed his work, he was like, it is good. And so when we done with our work and when it's time to go up there to check in with Big Boss, our Father, you want him to tell you, well done, my good and faithful servant. My good and faithful, well, it's mentioned servant in some interpretations in some versions, but it's also mentioned as steward. My good and faithful steward, because when you find out, it's kind of blended in together. But with this steward thing, we want to be good and faithful stewards over everything that we're blessed with. So this stewardship, how we go about getting this stewardship thing, because this stewardship goes along with doing things for God. So let me break down this biblical definition of stewardship. A trusted manager or caretaker responsible for administering another person's property, household, or affairs. Spiritually, it signifies God is the owner of all things, and humans are managers responsible for wisely using their time, talents, treasures, and creation for his glory. So whatever it is that you want, it belongs to him. So, why would we even want to go outside of him to go chase after this thing where he knows the thing better than we do, the thing or the person or whatever it is? So it's like, whether that thing is a good thing or a bad thing, or even a God thing for us, we want God to be all up in this here and to prepare us for whatever this is that we're asking for. And we even want to know if this is a thing that we even want, because we want to include him in on this. So bottom line, everything that you're doing for God. So when you start doing these things for God, it changes your perspective. It changes how you see things. It changes how you hear things. It changes your sensitivity level, and not in a way where you're like a punk, where no, it makes you sensitive to the things where God is telling you, my child, I need you to move on this. You moving on it, and you begin to do things where people are talking about, well, I don't get paid for this, I don't do that. You're going above and beyond and no longer looking at the people, but you're looking at God, which will help you to continuously go above and beyond. So if you are a 48 Laws of Power user, studier, whatever, if you're willing to invest the energy to actually operate those laws, because this is just my opinion and this is just from studying other things. Of course, we know it's the art of manipulation, but in my opinion, it is lower level magic because you are trying to manipulate someone else's will, intention, whatever. It's the art of manipulation. We're just gonna leave it at that. I feel you should, if you're gonna use that, you might as well just actually do this full thing in becoming excellent, because it requires a lot of energy to operate the 48 Laws of Power, the art of seduction, whichever one Mr. Green did. Hello, Mr. Green. Whichever ones that he did. But along those lines of manipulation, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of studying, etc., etc., etc. Friend, this puts you in a place of doing and having, and studying multiple, many of my mentors for multiple and multiple hours. The formula is be, do, have. Because when you know who you are, when you know who you're to be, that gives you an idea of what you're supposed to be doing. And that'll fill in the blanks of the have. The have will come to you. The have will happen. But if you're looking at the do, because this is what the 48 Laws of Power is. It's knowledge. It's telling you what to do. And when you do this, this will happen. And it will have the pros and cons of that thing. But when you're going straight to do and you're doing this to have, you're going to continuously be wondering who you are, because you have no clue on who you are being or who you are to be. Because as you're operating these different laws of manipulation, you're constantly shifting and changing for what needs to be done to achieve that temporary goal. But when you become this thing of excellence, when you're willing to do this thing for God and go, because the things that God have you doing, baby, you be going above and beyond, because this is what he's asking you to do. And so when you are doing this thing and he is transforming your being, friend, it becomes of who you are. It's just like, so it's like you may have the habit of doing this and the habit of doing that. It becomes your habit, almost like blinking. And so we are putting ourselves to prepare for God. When we are doing things for him, we begin to include God in on everything. So in looking at this as a relationship and how we want to be present for God, because this is part of the preparation. Instead of the thing and whatever it is that you're asking for, now we are preparing, because ain't nobody got time for that chasing, baby. Ain't nobody. Only thing that we chasing up in this here is God, wisdom, anything connected with God. Other that other stuff on that there other side. And so think about it like this. You want to start spending time with God. You want to start hearing him clearly with minimal distractions. First thing in the morning. So if you're a morning working person, now you have to start preparing for waking up earlier. I promise you, friend, it will be well worth it. It may start seeming like you may be a little bit tired, but take your butt to sleep early. Instead of doing all that scrolling or watching all them series or whatever is going on, prepare yourself to be present in the morning for God. And so go to sleep early and think about these things and how you want to go about praying. Before you go to work, start praying. Before you leave the house, be praying. Wake up early in the morning and be in the habit of thanking God and seeking out his word and seeking out what it is that he has to say to you. And put yourself in a place of quietness, friend. Because think about relationships. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're doing all the talking, let me flip this around. They're doing all the talking to you And of course, this is someone that you love, so you're listening to them. But when it comes time for you to talk and they're not listening, that'll kind of make you want to shut up, won't it? So friend, we don't want God to shut up. So we want to be in a place where it's not just us talking to him. We want to do more listening. We got 2 ears for the double listening service than this. I get we got 2 lips, but it's the better. You see, they closer together than your ears. It's the better to shut that bad boy, because you could shut it. So when we are preparing, we want to prepare to seek him. And when we are seeking his ways, he is showing us how to go about being in this thing. Whatever it is that you're interested in your preparation of this thing, he's going to show you, baby, that Bible is full of so much wisdom, so much information. But the key thing is including him in with everything that you're reading. Because when we get to the point of including him in on everything, from the fictional stuff to Bible stuff to the stuff we watch and the stuff we listen and the stuff that we're planning, etc., 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 he is a friend in need indeed, presently. But this is something that you have to experience for yourself, and you won't really be open to it until you make up your mind and actually make time for him and let him know, like, okay, I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm ready to receive whatever it is you got to tell me, show me, experience, etc., etc., etc. So focusing on God, when we focus on God, it breaks this desire to chase whatever this thing is that we're chasing after. Because when we are seeking wisdom, he is breaking down so many different things. And it does take time, like a chiseling of a sculpture. You can have this huge rock, but it takes time to break the mold, to get this beautiful image out of this massive rock. But in this taking time and this going through the process, it may be hurts, it may be pains, but you experience a beautiful ending. Like it is, and it's lasting. So this is something that we want to experience with the wisdom of God, because he has a way of showing us things in purpose. Because we're not just doing this thing because we want to, because it feels good, because it looks good, it's looking pretty. But God has a way of communicating with us, of sharing his self with us, his wisdom with us, where we have a deeper understanding of things. So with the art of war explains how you need to, of course, know your enemy before you are able to do whatever it is that's happening with this enemy situation. But it also mentions that you need to know yourself first. So you need to know who you are before you know who your enemy is. The beautiful thing about getting to know God is that you also get to know you. So it's like a layer thing. It's not, man, that's just difficult to explain, because it can be, I was getting ready to say, it's not just like this one thing that you focus on, because it is this one thing that you focus on. But when you focus on God, God is so massive, and focusing on his details of a thing, like no matter what it is that you're interested in, business, relationships, artistry, hunting, etc., whatever it is, God can tell you about it. He can show you about it. He can break down different things. Like, it is mind-blowing. So we want to allow him to process us, because if we just get from point A to Z, we're not understanding the rest of the alphabet and how it formulates a language. We just know we got there. But when we understand how we got there, because the how is connected with God and God's preparation, we're also able to share with others when they're in those struggle points, and when they're in those difficult places where you recognize, like, yeah, been there, done that. Let me help you out, bro. Let me help you out, sis. Like, it's a beautiful thing being able to share life with someone who, man, is ready to check out. And so this is a life sharing thing. And so along with this life sharing thing, because we want to get to a place of studying him, because in studying him, he is the source to all things. So once we get to studying him, whatever your interest is, he helps you develop. He transforms you in that for his glory. Like all of this, I just read how all of this belongs to him. So it's like, what? I mean, can a man rob God? They try to. So, I mean, do we want to be one of the ones that's trying to rob God out of some goodness when this is something that he will give to us? But of course, you know, we want it to be according to his will, his plan, and his purpose, because he has a plan and purpose for you and for your life. So as you get to studying God and get in this relationship thing, just reflect on the past. A lot of that stuff you prayed for in the past and you so badly wanted, was you happy with it? Were you really happy? Do you have that very thing now? And if you do, are you like uber satisfied? So this is where part of that check. I apologize. I didn't even give you a chance to answer, but it's like, been there, done that, playboy. Been there, done that, play girl. So it's like, I already know. I know. So it's like, but we're learning together. And in this learning together, this is where this transformation goes. And so as I was studying earlier today, I thought about, I don't know where your path is and what's going on with you in your life, but I thought about our young children out here. And even some of our adults who may have started off on the wrong path and still may be leading, it may be going in that path and feel like they need to turn around and just don't know how to go about turning around because you may feel trapped. So in this, even though I'm saying son and men, this is in reference to people, baby, because people will be people and life will be life. And if you don't have no wisdom, boy, you'll be in a hole some daggone where because you dug it yourself because of what we desiring. And friend, we not about to dig our hole. If we digging any holes ourselves, it's because we planting some things but to grow and be fruitful and multiply and to share with others. Just like this wisdom I'm about to share with you. So this is coming from Proverbs 3, and this is 3:10. And it's, my son, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. If they say, come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood. Let's ambush some harmless soul. Let's swallow them alive like the grave and whole, like those who go down to the pit. And of course, you know, we can use some new term slang terminology. We will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. Cast lots with us. We will all share the loot. My son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths, for their feet rush unto evil. They are swift to shed blood. How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. These men lie in wait for their own blood. And it continues on. I meant to stop a little bit earlier, but I just kept on reading. But friend, in this small section, even though it's saying men and etc., we can look at this thing as people. We can look at this as wisdom passed on to our children, because as we go up, this is saying how we shouldn't forsake the teachings of our mother and our instructions of our fathers. And so this is, it's constant wisdom. Now, this is stuff from Solomon. And so, friends, especially in looking at Solomon, is Solomon being at the apex of, this is at the top. He's at the top of his leaning on his own understanding, which is straight stupidity. We as people are glorifying that part. But when we look at when Solomon is connected with with God wisdom, he talked different. And then when he leaning on his own understanding, he a totally different man. But then when he gets back with God, he sees that all that stuff where he was leaning on his own understanding was vanity. I believe it's in Ecclesiastes. So friend, we want to read this stuff because here in the point where he was the richest man, he had all these women, and this, then friend, I'm telling you, you looking at all them women, I mean, and whatever you're identifying as, but if you're looking at all them private parts as being a good thing, wait till you out of the moment and got to deal with them people for real, for real. It ain't all that fun. And then you might not want to get back in the bed with them, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. So it's like we want to gain this wisdom before we even get to that place. Because I know, friend, I know we be having these anxious feelings, but be anxious for nothing. Everything. Give it to God. Talk to him about it and listen to what it is that he has to say. I promise you, he will not steer you wrong. And he loves you like nothing else. You just got it. You don't want to believe my word for it. You want to experience. I don't care what you was doing, what you was dabbling in, because I know somewhere up in there, you going to feel lonely. You going to feel lonely. And God just waiting on you. He waiting on you. He waiting on you because he might have said something before, but I'm just a friendly reminder. So if this video helps you, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, if you have anything that you would like for me to talk about specifically, please leave a comment. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to talk about it. I love you. God loves you even more. Experience, fam. Experience. Because you want to know. You want to know for yourself intimately. Because that's what's going to prepare you for everything that you're asking for. I love you.